The Middle Ages, also known as the medieval period, began with the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 and lasted until the Renaissance in the 15th century. The early Middle Ages, spanning from the 5th to the 10th century, were marked by the fragmentation of centralized power and the rise of local lords. Following the collapse of the Roman Empire, Europe was invaded by various barbarian tribes, including the Goths, Visigoths, Vandals, and Franks. The Frankish kingdom emerged as the most powerful, with Charlemagne briefly unifying Western Europe and promoting Christianity. Meanwhile, the Byzantine Empire continued to thrive, achieving significant success under Emperor Justinian I, despite later challenges from Arab conquests. The High Middle Ages from the 11th to the 13th century witnessed a period of recovery and revitalization in Europe. Feudalism, a defining social and political system, reached its peak. Lords offered protection and security to peasants in exchange for labor, while serving as vassals to kings, providing military support. The Catholic Church became a dominant force, with the Pope wielding both religious and political authority. Monasteries emerged as key centers of learning. During this time, the Crusades began, with European Christians launching military campaigns to reclaim Jerusalem and the Holy Lands from Muslim control. Chivalry became a way of life for the noble class, with knights upholding Christian values and engaging in warfare. The late Middle Ages, spanning the 14th and 15th centuries, were characterized by significant change and upheaval. The Black Death, a devastating pandemic, swept through Europe between 1347 and 1351, killing 1/3 of the population and leading to major economic and social changes. The Hundred Years' War, a prolonged conflict between England and France from 1337 to 1453, reshaped the political landscape, strengthening France's national identity and weakening feudalism in England. The Catholic Church faced internal crises, such as the Avignon Papacy and the Western Schism, paving the way for the Protestant Reformation. Despite these challenges, the late Middle Ages also saw the early signs of the Renaissance, with advances in art, science, and thought. The Middle Ages were a time of intellectual and artistic development. Scholastic philosophy sought to reconcile ancient Greek philosophy, particularly Aristotle, with Christian theology. Thomas Aquinas emerged as a prominent figure in scholastic thought. Gothic architecture became a defining feature of the later Middle Ages, with its tall, thin structures, stained glass windows, and intricate decorations, particularly in churches and cathedrals. Medieval literature flourished with epic poems, religious writings, and chivalric romances. Dante's Divine Comedy stands out as one of the most important literary works from this period. Knightly tales and heroic epics captured the imagination of the time, reflecting the values and ideals of medieval society. By the late 15th century, Europe experienced a cultural rebirth known as the Renaissance, marking the end of the Middle Ages. There was a renewed interest in ancient Greek and Roman culture, with humanism, individual freedoms, and scientific exploration coming to the forefront. European explorers began discovering new sea routes, with Christopher Columbus's discovery of America in 1492 drastically reshaping the geographical and political landscape of the world. The Middle Ages are remembered both as a dark age and a time of significant cultural development. Feudalism, religious beliefs, chivalry, and agrarian societies define this era, which laid the foundation for modern Europe.